You had mentioned to the regulating organizations, I don't know what to call them, Experian, TransUnion, those
Credit
people,
bureaus.
credit bureaus. Thank you. It's been a long morning. Credit bureaus, and they calculate credit scores the same.
The version of credit scores that most people are familiar with is the FICO score. And that came out years and years and years ago. All three main credit bureaus adopted the FICO score, and that's what people got used to. But FICO gets a royalty every time that score is pulled, and so the credit bureaus try to come up with their own versions. So, for instance, TransUnion has their Vantage score that it's very similar, but some things, even among the Vantage score, there's some that are auto enhanced and things like that. So, uh, every credit score that gets pulled is just about a little bit different. They should all kind of be in the same range, but I wouldn't expect to pull my credit on something like Credit Karma or something like that, and uh, you can't expect that that's going to be the same score that gets pulled by a lender.
Interesting. Man, you just made me think of a lot more questions. Um,
Let's dive into them.
yeah, let's go. Um, the how do you balance that then? So, if you're getting three different credit scores from three different credit bureaus on a consumer, how do you handle that?
So we're generally not. For mortgages, we are. We do get three. We get all three bureau scores for that. It's a tri-merged report, and sometimes the credit score is a little bit off between the bureaus, just because a lender will only report to one bureau. So sometimes that throws off the score a little bit, but we got rules in the real estate department of how we look at those scores. On the direct side and indirect, when we're doing the consumer lending outside of real estate, we're only pulling one bureau. So we pull the one bureau, we trust that score, and it's really just our way of standardizing the scores that we're getting across the membership.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're just looking at one. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And if you're looking at one, then I'm assuming you trust their version of credit, their combination of character and payment history.
Right, right. Like I said, they're all very similar. So we do trust the one we did. In fact, when we switched over to it, we were running it alongside FICO, and the average difference was 20 points or so. And then sometimes it would be 20 points higher, sometimes it would be 20 points lower, but it was always right in that range.
Okay. And that's really just you're like you said, you're standardizing the process. So you're
Exactly.
comparing apples to apples instead of apples to oranges when there's two different consumers who come to you asking for a car loan.
Right.
Gotcha.
We will pull the other credit bureaus if we have a reason to. There's, again, like I said earlier, there's some lenders that only uh, report to one. Usually, it's your small town banks or things like that. And so, if we are looking for a vehicle that someone's refinancing through Wise Credit, which is a local institution here up in Wise County, they only report to one. So that's one that uh, we go looking for that one by pulling another bureau.
Gotcha. They only report to one. So are what are we reporting to credit bureaus?
We report to all three of them.
All three of them?
Yep.
Okay. And we're reporting.
All the information for the loan. I mean, it's the open date, the payment history, the loan size, the loan term, the payment amount. And then if there's any sort of delinquency or anything like that, that shows up on the credit report. Um, there's truncated account numbers on there and things like that. It's quite a bit of information that gets reported.